Hey everybody, it is Grant Robbins, always in the garage, always talking construction, and today we're going to be touching a little bit more into the insurance side of things in our industry, talking about something that might not be front of mind for many people. What is that? Cyber insurance. Listen, many companies don't have this. It's actually crazy when you realize how many people in our industry do not have cyber insurance. And why? Why do I think that's important? Let me give you this little tidbit of information. The construction industry is the second leading target of cyber attacks. Think about that. Now, if you're a small company, you might be sitting back going, they're just going after the big guys. Not true, okay? Big companies tend to have a little bit more protection in place when it comes to data protection than smaller companies. And so don't think that just because you're a smaller company, you're protected just because they don't want to worry about the little guy. 1 in 6 construction companies have reported a cyber attack recently. Okay? 1 in 6. It's not a matter of if it happens to you at this point in time, it's a matter of when it happens to you. So let's dive into why it's important and some of the things that can happen that will impact your business related to cyber insurance. Let's break down a few reasons why it's important to have cyber insurance. Okay? First off, cybercrime. That's the big one. Okay? You move money in your company. If you think about it, a general contractor, you are a conduit of a lot of cash. Okay? Paid by the owner, probably a wire. All right? Pay your subcontractors, maybe ACH, maybe something like that. That money's going out and you're cutting checks digitally, okay? You also have payroll, don't forget. All of those people that depend on you for their livelihood are probably getting a direct deposit. Let's protect that, okay? Cyber insurance will help protect that from you. Or at least if something happens, you are protected. So the liability for that, not paying your employees, is covered by cyber insurance. That's the important part to remember. Think about that. If you couldn't make payroll because of the fact that your accounts and all your ways of paying your employees is stopped, your employees still want to get paid. And you don't have the ability or the resources to maybe protect yourself from that. And that's when the insurance is going to help it. Okay? All right. Cybercrime. The next one is business reputation. All right? This doesn't seem like something that cyber insurance is going to protect you from, but having the insurance is what will help you recover quickly and maintain a stable work environment. And if you don't have that, think about it, it's going to impact your reputation. Here's an example. Let's say you get attacked on a project and you're shut down for weeks or maybe a month because you can't operate or function because all of your information, your data, your servers, your project management software, whatever it might be, is frozen. How happy do you think the owner of that project is going to be? How do you think he's going to talk about you in the future on projects and things like that when he talks to other people? It hurts your reputation because if you're not protected, then they look at you as someone that isn't planning for events that can happen in a risky business, and so you need to make sure you're paying attention to that. All right, let's move on. Commercial contracts. This one actually was kind of surprising to me when I dug in. A lot of companies have contracts with large corporations, businesses, whatever it might be, and cyber insurance can help protect in the event that some of those are hacked or used to gain access to those companies. Was anyone aware that the 2013 Target breach that affected 41 million customers? They gained access through an HVAC contractor. Yes, HVAC contractor was the conduit that got those hackers into that system to create that breach. So something there to think about. We talked about business reputation. There's also future reputation harm, okay? If you have a breach and you're not protected and you're not doing things to look like you pay attention to your business, that can impact your reputation with future customers. They might look at it and be like, hey, they're not really paying attention to things. No different than us as GCs maybe looking at a sub that's on its 4th DBA and a couple bankruptcies, and you give them a second thought, right, before you maybe sign them up for a large contract. It has to do with reliability. And this now starts to become something that we need to portray us being very reliable in the industry when it comes to cyber protection. Privacy liability. All right. Your GL is not protecting you from privacy liability. Cyber does. And that's important. Again, I used the example previously about HR. Okay. all of that information. Your employees are trusting you with a lot of important information about them, but not only about your employees, you also have all your customers, you have your owners, your subcontractors. There's a lot of data and information that they'd like to be private, and that's probably written into your contracts that you're keeping it private, and so you need to make sure you're doing what you can to ensure that that is protected in case something does go wrong. The last thing, sense of security. We get a lot of insurance to protect us against injuries on projects, that helps us sleep at night so that we can actually get on our projects and not worry about it because we have insurance to protect us for that. But we're not doing anything, most companies I should say, are not doing anything to protect against cyber. And so get that policy in there, have that sense of security, have the peace of mind. One last little example to talk about is there's a heavy civil engineering company, E.R. Snell, that was recently hacked, okay? And it took them 3 months to rebuild all of their data, rebuild computers, start from scratch, everything. It took them 3 months. They were down. Could you imagine having your business and your projects shut down for 3 months because of a data breach and having to pay out of pocket all of the costs associated with bringing that back to life? That's crippling to most companies, and I think that's why it's important to do this. Lastly, I'll leave you with this. We spend a lot of money in our industry to protect us and our physical assets. It's time to protect our digital assets. That's it. Go get some cyber insurance. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.